The dragon doesn't need an army. It doesn't need bombs. The frogs of the southern swamp are building highways and driving electric bugs, but they don't own the roads. They don't own the cars, and they certainly don't own the swamp anymore. The dragon is building an invisible empire. Here's how it works. Rewind to 2002. The southern swamp was poor, and the trade volume was just 12 billion crickets. The dragon came with a plan, not a 5-year plan, a 25-year plan. Today, trade is worth 550 billion crickets, and that's a 45-fold increase. Soy from Brazil, copper from Chile, lithium from Bolivia. The dragon needed it all, and it bought it cheap. But this isn't just a shopping trip, it's a trap. The infrastructure trap. Here's the core mechanism. The dragon offers a giant loan, 5 billion crickets, 10 billion. But there's a condition. The frog government must hire dragon construction companies. They build a port, or a railway, or a 5G network. The frogs get modern infrastructure, but the dragon gets the keys to the kingdom. The frogs can't pay back the loan? No problem. The dragon takes the port as collateral. This isn't a theory. It's happening right now. Let's look at the first case. Peru, 2024, the Port of Chancay. The dragon invested 3.4 billion crickets, and it now owns 60% of the port. Shipping time from Shanghai dropped from 45 days to 23 days. Efficiency is high, and the frogs are celebrating. They can export their fish faster. But the dragon now decides which ships enter the port and which ones leave. And they decide what the fees are. The frogs don't control their own coast anymore. They don't just control the cargo, they control the data. Who buys the soy? Who sells the copper? The dragon knows everything. Information is power, and the dragon has all of it. Now let's move to the second front, lithium. 98% of the swamp's lithium goes to the dragon. The dragon buys it cheap, then builds electric buggies with it, and sells those buggies back to Brazil, to Argentina, to Uruguay. Brazil wanted to build its own factories, and they had the engineers, but now they just import the technology, they import the batteries. It's convenient today, and the buggies are cheap, so the frogs are happy, but it's a critical dependency. Tomorrow, the dragon raises the battery price. The frogs can't build their own because they lost the knowledge. The dragon isn't just taking resources, it's taking minds. Let's look at the third front, soft power. Take the story of Froggy. He lives in Bolivia, and his dad got a job at the new lithium mine. The mine is modern, and the salary is high, so they can buy a new buggy. Happiness is real, and the frogs are grateful to the dragon. Froggy goes to a local school, and the school has computers that the dragon donated. The history books now tell stories about the dragon's greatness, and they teach the frogs about harmony and shared prosperity. But here's the catch. Lithium is a finite resource, and it will run out in a decade, maybe less. Froggy will be left with a diploma, a dead mine, and no economy. The dragon is also moving in other ways. Scholarships, 5,000 frogs study in the East every year. They come back, they speak the dragon's language, and they use the dragon's apps. 5G internet from Huawei, e-commerce platforms like Alifrog. The frogs think they are getting modern, but they are getting dependent. The dragon's movies are on TV, and the dragon's music is on the radio. The frogs want to be like the dragon, and they admire the dragon. This is how you control a continent, not with guns, with desire. The eagle watches from the north, but the eagle is tired. The eagle used to control the swamp, and the frogs hated the eagle, but now the frogs love the dragon because the dragon gives them things. But love is expensive, and the price is independence. The dragon won this campaign without a single fired bullet, no invasions, no soldiers, just loans and textbooks. The frogs are happier with the dragon than they were with the eagle. Dependency looks like progress, and when progress is the price of control, nobody protests. The frogs don't see the leash, they only see the car. This is the invisible empire, and it's still growing. What does the next digital emperor look like, and is it already sitting in your pocket? We'll explore that in the next video.